Good morning and welcome to another installment of RBA engineering announcements for the radio and television trade. The last time we ever made one of these programs was around 2 to 3 years ago, when we covered news regarding the transmitters of RMA Television, TRN, Southwood Television, and many more in a silent slideshow. Now though, I'm afraid, we have the budget here at the RBA to be able to afford a voiceover. And that's where I come in. Today on this broadcast, I will be delivering the news to you pre-recorded but with a voice, unlike the last time. Now we start off this morning with news regarding ourselves. The engineering announcements program, starting from now on, will be solely produced by Robloxian City Broadcasting. If you weren't aware, during the early years of the Robloxian Broadcasting Authority, there was no such thing as a consortium, so for its first installment, the RBA engineering announcements was produced by Public Associated Television. Nowadays, though, things are different around here. The RBA is now headed by a board of directors, and each member of the board are permitted to contribute to making TV programs for PAT. This is Calador Robloxian Television producing PAT reports. Though in RCB's case, they decided to bring back this program by producing it themselves, as a means of contributing to the TV channel. Now we shall move on to transmitter news, and we start off with a new look into our startup cards. These are basically the still images you would see every morning on an RBA channel. Recently though, we made a new design. This new card will showcase all of the available active transmitters of a TV and radio station. In this example, we can read the information on the card regarding transmitters in-game. In this case, the transmitters of RCB. You can see both the voltage and the amount of kilowatts the transmitters will be using. Now we come to transmitter news regarding the newest stations in the RBA. These are TV stations Aurora Robloxian Broadcasting, headed by Elson RBLX, and will serve the game Welcome to Bloxburg. And there's Eastern Cape Television, a company headed by Me Is Under Strike Cool 08, and will serve the game of Brookhaven RP. ARB will have only one transmitter for both its TV and radio services. This will become the new Telemon Terrace transmitter at Telemon Terrace, Bloxburg. This transmitter will serve the people with both Aurora TV on channel 61 and Aurora Radio on the frequency of 230 MHz. ECT will have its own transmitter in Cherry Road, Brookhaven. This transmitter will be broadcasting ECT television on channel 24. Telemon Terrace and Cherry Road will be due on air this week. This week's transmitters for existing stations, starting in Stepford, where Public Associated Television and KRT are continuing on reduced power during aerial replacement work. In Byport, all services from Ridgeway are liable to periods of reduced power from 9 to 17 until Friday, also for aerial replacement work. In Weldingford Shitton, Southwood Television from New Wonderlands is liable to daytime reduced power each day this week following engineering work. The Heritage Square Relay in Southtopia is scheduled to be off between 6 and midday on 3 mornings this week for work on the aerial cylinder. In South Forest, SRT from Twilight Castle will be off from 10 to 10:30 this morning for electrical re-engineering work. And that's all for this bulletin of engineering announcements. If you have any technical queries, or preferably non-technical ones, our address is Engineering Information, Robloxian Broadcasting Authority, Portwood Complex, Robloxia, WO21 1AA. Our email address is robloxianbroadcastingauthority@gmail.com. That's robloxianbroadcastingauthority@gmail.com. or you could contact us directly by joining our Discord server. Our code is on the screen right now. The code is HYCK3WYK5G. The lowercase letters are the letter H, the first letter K, and the letter G. We hope you join us in the next installment of this program, but in the meantime, from me, Rome22, goodbye from Fortwood Studios.